Take a walk with me. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to take a walk with my dogs. The Vermont countryside. We're doing some line work. You have to forgive the beeping noise in the background. This is in my property in Vermont. I started out as a good kid. I had good parents. I had a good upbringing. Parents weren't alcoholics. But as soon as I took my first drink of alcohol, or took my first drug, an addict and an alcoholic was born. Come on, you guys! I spent about 20 years trying to drink myself to death. And I almost succeeded. One of the veins in my esophagus burst, and I had to get rushed to the hospital throwing up blood, huge piles of blood. I barely made it through the operation. I had to have one of the best doctors in the country. I had to use a laser to cauterize my esophagus. And she gave me 2 years to live. She said I better get my affairs in order because even if I didn't drink anymore, I was still going to die. And that was something. When somebody tells you that, everything changes. She told me if I was you, I'd go out and start living my life like tomorrow's going to be your last day. That was 30 years ago. That was 30 years ago. I've been living each day since it was going to be my last day for 30 years. For 30 years I've been living every day like it's going to be my last. You can imagine the fun I've had. I've had 30-foot boats on the ocean. Let me back up a little bit. So I decided I wasn't going to drink. And I got involved in AA and it saved my life. I got a sponsor. And he told me that there was a better way. There was a better way. He told me my parents didn't raise me to live in the weeds. That was one of the best things anybody ever told me. My uncle told me. My uncle was, the same age as my father. He said, "Let me tell you something, Tim. I want to go to your funeral. I don't want you to go to. I want you to go to my funeral. I don't want to go to yours." And boy, I'll tell you what, those words. He was one of my favorite uncles, and those words really hit me. So I got sober, and I just quit drinking and quit drugs and started taking it one day at a time. And in the 30 years I've been sober, I've managed to buy a house in Vermont. Beautiful house. This is my backyard I'm walking through. A beautiful home. I've had a 30-foot boat on the ocean. Slept 6 while I was sober. I have e-bikes, mountain bikes, kayaks. And since I live in Vermont, right in a really nice area, I live in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. And since I live in one of the nicest areas in the country as far as I'm concerned, I enjoy every day. You wouldn't believe the adventures I have. I'm going to start putting some of my adventures on YouTube. But I just wanted to tell anybody out there, if you think you're drinking too much, you are. That's just how it is. That's your body trying to tell you that you're drinking too much. And if you always end up drinking more than you thought you would, then you have a problem. If you're waiting for somebody to tell you, I'll tell you. I'm not afraid. I'm not calling you an alcoholic. I'm just saying if it's ruining your life, you have a drinking problem. So the first thing you need to do is admit you have a problem. Then the second thing you have to do is look for an AA meeting. You go on Central Service, go in your phone book and look up AA Central Service. And that'll tell you how to get involved in AA. And the best advice I can give you is exercise. Because chances are if you're drinking, you're trying to get what your body isn't naturally producing. Endorphin, serotonin, that was my problem. I just felt miserable all the time, so I drank to help me from keep being miserable. And the exercise really helped because it gives you serotonin, endorphins. It gives you feel-good things inside of you that you probably weren't born with like I wasn't. And little bottle. And that's how I made it. I mean, now I'm working on ascension. But that's going to be a whole nother story. I'm going to do a part 2, part 3, part 4. I just wanted to show you that there's hope. There is hope. I live in paradise now. Here's another stream. We'll walk a little further. Here's an even more beautiful stream up here. Sorry the camera's shaking a little. I'm just getting used to doing this stuff, so you'll have to bear with me. Just remember, I was a Skid Row alcoholic. Now I'm walking through my beautiful property in Vermont. This is an old quarry. These are old blocks, granite blocks that they cut out a long time ago. You can see how they're square. Some of them are square. There was an old quarry here. And here is another beautiful stream. Look at this stream. I went from living in a one-bedroom cockroach-infested apartment in Lowell, Massachusetts, to having my own house in Vermont right on a trout stream. Come on, Lila! So there's hope. Come on, little girl. Here she comes. So now I got my 2 pups. These are blue heelers, Lila and Duke. These are 2 of my kids. I got a bunch of animals, but these are rescues. They were in a terrible situation. They were living in a cow barn. They were only getting 1 bowl of food between 5 puppies with no water, just the water that was in their food every day. That's all they were getting. They were not getting any additional water. They were and they still are basket cases because I got them and they were already grown. I got them during COVID. I got them in 2020. So I couldn't bring them anywhere. So they're completely unsocialized. So they don't even want to go to the vet or anything. But they're the best dogs. They've kept me. They're awesome adventure dogs. They're called blue heelers or Australian cattle dogs. That's it for today. I just wanted to give you a little update on who I am, where I am. Talk about ascension on the next one. I'm just about completely ascended. My intuition's kicked way up. If I lose my keys, I just ask my intuition where they are and they tell me. My higher self, whatever you want to call it, God. But I have a life second to none today. And that's because I quit alcohol. If I didn't quit alcohol, I was hooked on everything, cocaine and alcohol. If I didn't quit all that shit, I wouldn't have anything. I'd still be sitting on a bar stool somewhere saying, you know, someday I'm going to own a house in Vermont. But I'm just here to show you. I was a major Skid Row alcoholic. This is an old stone carved by Native Americans. They're all over the place here. This is a face in the front. And I feel bad that they had to give up their land so we could just take it over and, you know, look at all this land that's unoccupied, you know. I feel bad that I wish they were my neighbors. That's another story. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye.